Pay me $5.
I have an anal sex question that's going to be asked in the show.
And
things get to a lull, so be prepared.
And we are live. What's up, everybody? What's everybody up to? How's it going? What we got out there tonight? We see our Church is out there. James Rivera, Pippa's out there. Roro's out there. Andrew. Who else is out there? Oh, look at there's a Nikki B in the chat too. Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Holy hell!
I don't know who she
Everybody's out
is.
there. Who is that?
She's a little crazy.
Yeah. She's a little insane.
Can I have the link to chat? I don't subscribe to his channel, so I need the link.
And
That's a good way to get yourself booted, motherfucker. Come on, I'm sitting 5 away from 400 and you're not subbed, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, if you're not subbed to Golf Tee, go sub now.
I'm pretty sure I am, but that's how I know about him. That's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's probably a bad thing. If you're hanging out with us, you know, I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just going to let you know if the cops come. I don't know you.
Yeah, it's cool. I won't let them know that you know me. I'll keep my trap shut. Loose lip sync ships, I get it. Oh, what's everybody up to tonight? Welcome. Couple of not very often there's on the panel here. We got Nikki B and Raven in the house. What's up?
What's going on, people? Why is Raven what does that say?
Always primping. He isn't impressing anybody, but nobody but Fammy.
I don't care.
Yeah, if I get to 500 today, I'll shit a chicken considering I'm almost to 400. If I said
Did you
5,
say shit chicken?
yeah.
I can go. I mean, I can I'm certain I know a website I could get you a couple hundred subs.
I don't want those kind of subs. I want honest to God subs. I don't need that fucking pay for subs bullshit.
Guaranteed active.
And guaranteed to kiss my ass too.
Brag, fuck it, it's warm out.
If you start requiring pants to be on the show, man, we're going to negotiate some contracts here.
Man, there ain't nobody gonna be on this show. Pants.
This is my house. If I got to start wearing pants, you guys can go to hell.
Pants.
Yeah. Why is there all a dress code and shit up in here, TJ?
I mean, look at you with your golf shirt.
Golf
golf t-shirt.
I didn't even wear mine. I could have.
Golf Tee Vapes. I'm supporting him.
That's nice.
I just came and got straight on because apparently I'm not the one eating this week.
Let's pop this out again here. Fucking internet took a dive on me there for a minute.
I did manage to get my ears lowered today, though. I feel like a hipster.
You still got the party in the back?
You mean the little bald spot? I mean, it's a party if you got enough polish, but...
Says shit's getting shiny over there. Watch out.
Hey, that's why I comment back. If you're tall enough to see the top of my head, you deserve to make a joke for it.
Only if I'm standing on a ladder.
I like how in a bunch of videos from ECC in Detroit, I didn't make an appearance, but my bald spot did.
It's probably in every bathroom stalls.
Are you lost over there, Ray?
Got some junk.
Ah, and you can see through that junk apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Not
I've
bad.
found like something that's terribly good. Pixie Ice from Time Bomb. Like, I bought this 2 days ago.
Wow.
Time Bomb makes some pretty bomb shit.
Look, the girls at Time Bomb know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
They really do. And for a 60-40, you could fool most people. That's what most of their juice is, like 60-40, 70-30. It's a great pixie stick with their TNT ice base. And it's like, yeah, I can do this.
Swag's out there. Haas is out there.
Oh, what is up, Mr. Swag?
Eric's out there. Zach.
Swag. Hello.
Man, filling up quick. I'm starting to get the hang of this. People are starting to show up early. Maybe that letting people know an hour before the show little button actually helps.
There you go.
Fuck.
I think it does, because my phone will be like, so-and-so is about to be live.
I wasn't checking that for the longest time until, actually, I think it was my 1 year episode. Fucking Brian's like, hey, start using that 1 hour before the show button there. I'm like, oh fuck me, didn't know that. Learned something new.
Yep.
Works well. As long as you're up an hour before, as long as you have the show up an hour before the show. But
Right.
you're normally way in advance, TJ. So
Yeah, I'm usually around 3 Central, 4 Central. I've usually got it up by. Today it was a little later, but whatever. Shit happens. I had things going on that had to be taken care of in regards to this fucking house thing. And then I had to give advice to somebody who does not have health insurance who just got in a car accident and broke their arm.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Apparently my sister does not realize when it's rainy and you live in South Carolina, you should probably hit the brakes a little bit early.
yes,
And leave plenty of distance.
Yeah, not plenty of distance, obviously. I didn't give her the hell on that one. Namely because she's...
It all depends on the size of the vehicle you're driving. If you're big, fuck it, hit them.
I think it's because a lot of people today never had to watch that red pavement driver's ed video.
red pavement. Duh, duh, duh.
I want to make LIFA jealous a little bit. You know how you always see these bags of Boogeyman?
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. So I had to request more.
I've got 4 bags.
There's 6 bags in one of these silver bags.
Oh jeez.
I have 20 of these.
You're set for a while.
We use a lot of cotton.
You don't say. If you got 20 bags, I would expect you to go through a fuck ton of cotton.
I mean, we put a strip out of one of those bags with every set of pre-made, so it goes fast.
Anything new? Anything good? No?
So Meter just hanging out all by his lonesome there, not deciding to come on. He must still be eating or munching away. Apparently people got their shit backwards, because that's supposed to be Paul's job before the show, not Meter's.
Fuck.
Oh, now he's ready to talk shit. Okay, come on with it, sunshine.
I've been sitting here staring at this fucking screen for like 5 minutes. I didn't even realize my fucking camera wasn't turned on. I'm just over here tweaking with this fucking build, trying to get it to fucking glow evenly.
Hey,
I don't feel bad. Mine had to update as soon as I got in the chat.
I updated mine ahead of time because a guy I know told me that this Windows 10 bullshit likes to update a lot, so it's better if you force it.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
this
It's
was
way better.
Zoom, not Windows 10 this time.
Okay. Well, you're lucky there. But fuck consensual Windows 10 updates. Force that shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
force the updates as soon as you sit down in front of it.
Damn,
It's
Skippy. It's the only time that's allowed, but fuck Windows 10.
well, I mean, now it's once you do that, I mean, it runs wonderfully.
Oh yeah, once you make a habit of making it update, it works. But there's always an update, even if you just did it.
Where the
Seems
fuck
that way.
is
No matter
Paul?
how often you update, as soon as you ask it again to check, it's like, oh yeah, there's this one here, and you're like, what the fuck?
New Windows Defender we forgot to put in there for you. Let's
No
go ahead and get
shit.
that in there for you.
it says, we'll add another thing. Oh, and while you're doing that, here's another update since you're about to get on a show.
Kids these days with their damn Windows.
Gizzard still is catfishing, so he says.
I mean, he might be out noodling. You never know with him.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen Gizzard Stew's like writing ability? There could be some dude in New York who thinks he's talking to a princess right now. He may be catfishing.
Never thought of that.
Maybe. Oh.
Oops. So now that I'm off on a complete tangent from where I was planning on going tonight, because I totally spaced where I was going to go tonight, but all right, fuck it. Let's just have some fun and talk some shit.
I mean, that's normal.
Oh yeah, I had some sort of prerogative at one point, but then that all got lost along the Raven talking about asking questions that were probably more inappropriate than not. Train of thought just fucked it.
He asked an inappropriate question. I just had a question. That's all. Fuck.
You're surprised?
Actually, you know what?
I'm a very curious being.
Let me rephrase that. I may have misspoke a little bit when I said that. I didn't mean an inappropriate question for you. I mean, it would be an inappropriate question coming out of everyone else's mouth.
I'm gonna ask the question, and you let me know if it's inappropriate. Okay.
There you go. Go ahead,
All
chat.
right.
Let him know.
If two guys are having anal sex, okay, and one guy pushes too hard and his nuts goes inside, does it fall inside the other guy's sack? Or does it say just bunched up?
So are they Lego guys or regular guys?
Regular guys, Lego guys. What? Your Lego guys have fucking nut sacks?
Don't yours?
No, my GI Joes do though.
I was gonna say, don't they all these days? I mean, come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's just a question. Is it a double sack after that? And I don't know.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna grab that. After the
Appropriate?
shower.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go inappropriate right now on purpose. I don't know.
Hey, get in where you fit in, or in this case, wherever your sack falls.
Or sticks.
So I mean, is that like double bagging? Like you go to the grocery store and you double bag?
Yeah, exactly. Is it double bagging? Does
Well,
the guy have?
But I mean, are the testicles going to be too tight? That's what you have to wonder about. Is it too tight? Are they gonna be like inside there, just kind of banging against each other, and like every time you walk, it feels like you got kicked in the nuts a little bit.
maybe they line up like this, and then they just.
I mean, this goes from two guys having a really good time to two guys having a really awful time.
Well, it could be
in a hurry.
It could be a really good time, depending on what side of the fence you're on. I guess. You know? Now,
I mean, if you're
to get him out, is there like a certain position one guy has to get in, turn sideways to pull him out, or does the guy just hold on to the door frame and the other guy just run?
I mean, if you're stuck like that, one would consult the medical professional. I would hope.
Would you want to?
I mean, I think because everything's stuck like this, you're going to have to rotate to come out.
I would think you'd have to rotate because you don't want to go. Excuse me, 911. I got my ball stuck in my boyfriend's ass.
Oh boy.
Be an interesting conversation with the
There is
EMT.
a TV show, Sex Fit Me to the ER.
Yeah.
We know. You know what? We know.
Well, I was the ambulance driver. Fuck this. This is going on YouTube.
Oh, can we ask Fresh's Google? You got the app on your phone.
I'm not sure I want to ask Google that.
Well, because don't they keep like a track record of what you've asked about?
Yeah.
They keep an electronic record of the things that you search for. I mean, it's not like I haven't searched for some fucked up stuff before, but I don't think I've ever Googled how do I get my ball sack out of my boyfriend's ball sack.
Is that like checking your balls out of his man purse?
So,
See, and now I'm kind of curious as to what Siri would say to that.
Yeah.
The real question is, would it then be a third party herniated testicle?
Might be. Only if the other guy coughs. Then be hurt.
That okay.
Would that technically count as an out-of-body experience, though, because you're in someone else's body?
No. That's an inner-body experience.
That sounds like a possession to me. What are you talking about?
It's kind of like being John Malkovich, only but for the balls.
Yeah.
Being in John Malkovich.
That's what that was the best part of the door hole.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Strange movie.
correct. That was a fantastic movie.
I think we just lost 10 subs.
I get it.
What a great start.
That's a good start.
I get another question about ball sack. Speaking about that, you know how you can write your signature and just sign an X, right? Is it legal to dip your ball sack in a blot of ink and then just slam it on the paper?
As long as it's your ink, I think that's okay.
Yeah, for a
I
signature.
think I'm going to say I'm definitely with Meter on this one. If it's your ink.
Yeah, I don't think you can like go to the bank and then like dip your balls in that like disappearing ink shit and like slap it on the check and then slide it to the lady across the counter.
No, the ink pad. No, the fucking ink pads. Like, remember, like we had in school.
Yeah, but it's 2017 now, so they don't have those fucking things in banks anymore.
No, it's all digital.
Yeah, I was going to say, but are you taking your own ink pad to the bank?
Yes. Take your ink pad, slap it on your nuts, and then teabag the signature.
That I think.
If I open up that ink pad and there's someone else's pubes on it, I'm totally not putting balls in there.
Exactly.
Jeff,
At least not without like some cleaning apparatus.
Yeah, well, if you open up your ink pad and there's somebody else's pubes in it, you better have a long talk with your wife.
That's why it's got to be your ink pad.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Your personal one. Yeah.
I say, hey, mine's dried out. Can I borrow yours? No.
yeah.
Get your own. Sprinkle a little water on that. Welcome to the show, Nikki B. Welcome to the show.
Okay, sir.
I didn't need blush for the show tonight, but just because.
Okay, sir. Put your signature here. Okay.
You can get away with a lot of shit for a legal signature. I got a buddy whose legal signature on his driver's license even is "I heart boobs."
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So, now that we've got that out of our system here.
Oh yeah, okay.
For the time being. That doesn't mean it won't come back, but for the time being.
I'm smoking, so you're in trouble. Go ahead.
Right. Anybody have any news that they'd like to share that's pertinent to the vaping world currently? First thing I can think of, the lemon ecstasy.
Lemon ecstasy is out. It's available.
Lemon ecstasy is a thing now.
I mean, that's.
You got it, Nikki. You got it. It is shaking vape. Your concentrates are shaking.
I've already made half the batch because the other half is for the remix show.
Nice.
Well, I gotta wait till Friday. That's when mine gets here. So.
I think mine's gonna be.
I got mine as I won it.
Nice.
So
nice.
I had to win it to get it right now.
Half the battle. Getting your hands.
But yes,
on
it's
the truth.
Lemon ecstasy is delicious.
Yes, I've already sampled it. Yes, as shake vape. Yes.
Once I figured out what the flavor profile was, I was like, "Yep, that's right up my alley. Let's do this."
Oh yeah, when I heard what it was, I was like, "That's a winner."
I showed my wife the minute that it went live, and I got the little ding notification. I looked at it and just showed it to my wife, and she went, "Don't go crazy." And I went.
Actually, Andrew Yeaton's pointing out something smart out in the comments as well. Keep an eye out for the drop RDA as well.
The drop RDA is still a little bit out, but do keep your eyes out for it.
He said he had to revise something with the airflow or something.
Yep.
He's been. I'm pretty sure everything's done. We're just waiting on the final approval.
He just posted literally earlier today that he's got the final approval. He got the final deck design down. That it's just a matter of putting the version that he approved today into production.
Yeah.
It sounds like a winner. I mean, it looked really neat. Looks like something I'd like to play with.
Yeah, it looks like something that we need to toy around.
Yeah, the build is gonna be awesome.
It looks stupid easy. Like not even fair.
We're off.
Basically.
Those posters are huge.
Yeah, they looked massive. It was impressive.
It looked like you could hide some pretty honking wire in there for sure. Might be something for me to, use some of our test wire and see what I can blow up.
I think we all know an Okie from Muskogee who's gonna have some fun with that motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
And I can tell you, knowing the guy that's behind the drop RDA, like I guarantee he went over everything. It's going to be well done. Like, there's a reason it took this long to come out. We've been seeing previews for it for what, 2 months now, almost.
Yeah, actually, that went all the way. Yeah, it is at least 2 months.
Yeah, so it's gonna be perfect.
So I have to get it and try it. I mean, we're always looking for new stuff to use for demos and stuff, and
it's nice and clean. Shows off the build. Nothing wacky about it.
I like the way it is. You can't not wick it right.
Yeah.
If you can't wick this, you got other problems.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not that you can't; it's that it's very difficult to do because we've all met those people.
Yeah. I think a lot of vapors these days are super spoiled, but not everybody's from the Patriot days either.
And a lot of kids today don't care about vaping to satiate the smoking urge. It's almost a hipster thing at this point because everybody wants to have that newest shit. And it's like, you don't all have to have the brand new thing that just dropped. Whatever you have that works. That thing that keeps you from picking up a fucking cigarette, that's all you have to have. Yep. Anything fancier than that, that's cool. Use your play money, but don't spend your vaping life always chasing that next new thing. If it works and keeps you off cigarettes, that's all that fucking matters, really.
Yeah. It's the wrong industry to chase dragons in.
Ain't that the damn truth?
You'll go broke.
Because you ain't never going to catch it.
Yeah, you ain't going to keep up with the Joneses in this fucking game. I don't care who the fuck you are. Not and use it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be living that phenom life then.
Right? Spending your weeks on Wall Street just to be able to afford your ish.
Dude. Right. I will say this, though. I remember back in the day, it was super expensive to get a generic setup.
Yeah.
But it was also super expensive to get juice. I like the way pricing is now, where back then a 120 was $75, $85 of decent, just okay juice. Now it's like $35 to $40. The problem is now I think that a lot of the hardware is so cheap, and it's kind of me always wanted cheap hardware, but now it's so cheap that everybody has to have everything, and they have to have every color of it, and they have to have this and that, and it's like, are you trying to quit smoking, or are you just trying to buy it because you saw it?
Yep, exactly.
I buy things when they're different. Like if it's a velocity deck, I already have a velocity deck. I want something with a different deck.
I hate velocity decks.
I don't really particularly like them. I don't know. I don't think the right thing is to tell people to start off on a velocity. Start on something harder. That way you have a challenge to do.
I literally had a dude that said, well, I can't build 3-post RDAs, and because he was looking at battle decks, and it's like, you can't fit wire in a battle deck? You can't do the 3-post build? I was like, let me show you something. And we have all of our old school comp Patriot V1s that we drilled out. I was like, now this is double airflow and double holes in the posts, because this is what we used back in the day. Then I showed him one that wasn't drilled out. I said, now, do you want to build this? Because if you can figure this little bastard out, you can build anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or an old school Zenith.
Oof. Yeah, the Zenith was, it was fun.
Oh, we would take like Zenith decks and put Patriot caps over them.
Nice. Yeah, drilling out your air holes, drilling out your post holes just to get like twisted 24 gauge in there. Like
you fit twisted? Like we drilled them out just to be able to fit 24.
Like just paper thin wisps of wire left through there, taking a Dremel to it.
You know what's exciting me is that new mesh RDA. Everybody's like, what's mesh? I'm like, that's old school.
I think is what they called it, or CeTO, something like that. That shit looks interesting as fuck to me.
See, I still have a bunch of mesh, so I might have to get one just to play with. You know it's going to have flavor.
Fuck yes, it will. If it works the way that the little quick videos they've been posting of it look like it's supposed to work, that shit's going to be on fucking point, man. Like,
that old school magma?
The wick. Like, you just stuff cotton in the fucking center of it. Ta-da, you're done. There's no wrong way to wick that shit.
That didn't have enough of airflow, so I fixed that quick.
Oh, that Raven special.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. You can see a 4 millimeter coil resting inside the hole. Got the job done though.
That's right.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of going back to my old ways. I like my hot vape, but I want choked off restriction. These RDAs are getting a little ridiculous. So are the tanks, though, too.
Well, you look at it, a lot of what they're pushing now for that shit is so people can cloud chase.
It's all for it's for lazy cloud chasers.
It is.
Nobody needs a TFV12.
Yeah. And you know damn well they're already working on the next bigger thing, too. So
Yeah, the TFV24.
Yeah, like
TFV24. Here we come.
Like that old school fucking Saturday Night Live Gillette commercial is going to become true with fucking the TFV series, man. It's going to be the TFV 320, and it's going to be a 5-gallon bucket that you screw batteries under the bottom of.
I don't trust those multi-coil pre-made things because not all coils are going to last the same amount of time. So you know, food is going to burn out, food is going to burn. You know, so you're not getting, you're not getting proper juice to all the fucking coils.
Yep, and you can't adjust them either. You just have to deal with however the fuck it gets to you. You can't like fine tune if there's a hot spot in the middle of one of them pre-made Clapton fucking coil heads. Like,
and then you're stuck with a $20 pack of coils that only has 3 of them, and they only last 3 days apiece.
Yep.
And I'm like, you can spend $10, get a pack of cotton and a roll of wire, and you're good for 6 months, dude.
Yep.
No doubt.
Like, well, I don't want it to drip. It's like we have tanks like that too, you know.
Yeah.
Let me show you the Kylan. Let me show you the Merlin. It's right over here.
Oh, what I do is like they want to buy a TFV12. I was like, or you could buy a TFV8 and a roll of wire and a pack of cotton, and I'll even teach you.
Right, I'll show you how to wrap a fucking wire around a stick.
Yeah.
It's like it's not rocket science, guys. You know.
You don't have a stick, use a golf tee.
Right, long as you want to walk before you run, because there's always that one moron who's like, I installed my first pre-built, pre-made coil today. Tomorrow I'm going to be making Clapton. And it's like, slow the fuck down, Junior. Slow the fuck down. You don't even know what wires were in the pre-builts you were using, let alone have you the capacity to start building them yourself.
All this being said, it also has to be said too. You have to go to a knowledgeable vape shop. Not all vape shops are knowledgeable. They just want to sell shit and that's it.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You still have to know Ohm's law and battery safety. You still have to know all this shit. Take your time. You know what I mean? Because during the pre-show, I was saying I got bored. So I called up a few vape shops and I asked for a left-handed RDA for a right-handed mod. And a couple of them went, all right, I'll check. Really? All right, check. Stupid. You know? So you can't trust all vape shops.
You really can't, but my area is kind of weird. There's very few that sell Mac mods, and the ones that do, you basically have to pass a dummy test to see if you deserve to get. They won't sell it to just anybody. And I can say, at least in our area, any shop that carries a Mac mod's not going to just give them dumb people. But I have seen a guy buy a simple clone and throw a tugboat clone on it, and he built it and asked how you turn it on, and it was promptly taken away from him.
Yeah, here's your refund. Go the fuck away.
Well, without missing a beat, one of the local builders that was hanging out in the shop goes, "Oh, it's just 5 clicks on." he pushed the button 5 times.
Oh, that's awesome.
It hurts sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've been sitting in shops, a bunch of us rocking all our weird ass, way too expensive Mac mods, and they're like, "Oh, I want one like that. Blows a cloud like that. Looks just like that." It's like, how much are you trying to spend? Oh, $70-$80. No.
You start
Have you
over
seen
here
this
with
site
the
called
Pico.
3F Vape?
Yeah. You know, we all got into this at first, this quit smoking. And then it just became a hobby, and then it became a lifestyle. Now it's just, we have to do it. You know? But other people don't have to do this. They don't have to go, wow, that guy's blowing big clouds and that. So I have to get that there and, and jump the gun, which I've seen a lot of people do. I talked to a guy once, he quit smoking for 3 weeks. He wanted to get a Mercedes box. Really? Huh. And how you doing this? You don't know how to build, but you want to jump, you want to make that big, huge fucking jump.
Yep.
Trying to go from the kiddie pool to the ocean.
Right.
How many of us here, including myself, used the Ego Twist battery when we started? All right.
I have one right there.
Okay.
I still have a couple of them.
I was say there's
actually.
two on
Mine
my
wasn't
desk
even.
right
I
behind
didn't
the
even have
camera.
a twist.
Yeah, same here. Mine is just a straight up Ego with the button.
Yeah, it's like this big. It was awesome.
Little
Lasted-
650.
Lasted for a solid like 8 hours. It was great.
I bet you we all have this, right?
I have that still, but mine's dead.
Man, if you didn't have one of those, you weren't one of the cool kids, dude.
All right.
I have one of those, but mine's non-functional now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
you can tell. Oh no, these things are. I guarantee, charge it up, it still works.
No, I think somebody got juice in it. I loaned it out and everything. They gave it back, and it's.
But we all I chose just to go more and more because I just wanted more and more. I didn't give a fuck what anybody else was fucking doing. It's what I personally fucking wanted to do. And I just happened to find a group of people that did the same exact thing. But you don't have to do it.
This thing right here, 11 watts of fury.
Yeah, that's right.
What this thing was.
I had to prove a point one day at the shop about that because you remember back in the day there was no wattage; it was variable voltage.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, "Man, I need that RX 300 so that I can get 300 watts to my RDA." And I'm like, "Why? You have to build like a 0.1, and you're only getting like 4 volts at the most."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, bigger clouds, man." I'm like, "I'm gonna prove you wrong."
Mm-hmm.
I got a DNA 40. I threw a Tugboat V2 with a 0.75 build on it. And that little dude at like 30 watts was pushing like 6 volts. It was just destroying shit. And they're like, "How'd you do that? What are you like 200 watts?" I'm like, about 30.
Yeah.
No, voltage is your power there, fella. Build the damn coils higher. Get your voltage. Do what I say, and you'll be okay.
I love showing people Niji's video where she built the 18 ohm coil and ran 15 volts through it.
17.
17 ohm coil, and she ran like 15 volts through it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you understand the slightest bit about building and you put those numbers into your brain, your eye should twitch like Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Like when you hear what that girl can do, because she knows her shit, she knows how to safely get it to that point. That, I think, is one of the most important reasons that we, as people who know what the fuck we're doing, have to be there to keep the dipshits of the next generation in check. Because we all know that dumbass who doesn't understand the 5 clicks joke, but he wants to blow clouds.
Right.
It's like everybody sees this big ass RDA and they're like, "Why are you going in a little box?" I'm like, "Because I only need like 70 watts, 80 watts. They're like, "What do you got in that? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I got like a 0.5. And they're like, "No, ain't no way." And I'm just like,
Yeah, watch.
That's fucked up because I vape 0.13 on a series box.
I mean, there's a spot for everybody.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
That's right.
I get the question a lot. What build do you recommend for series? A safe one.
Yeah, same one.
What's safe?
The one that works best for your batteries.
It's like, what batteries are you running? E-Fest? I said, there ain't one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless it's a 650, then you can do green E-Fest safely.
And
There's people.
And change your batteries often and make sure you put them in a pocket full of change.
Right.
And then jog.
I mean, there's people in this world that think that those 50 amp Emrins with the cheetah spots really are 50 amps.
They're not 50 amps?
What? Afraid not.
Fuck.
I heard if I took the wraps off and wrapped them in aluminum foil and they sizzle, it's working better.
Mm.
I mean, if they ain't hot, they're not running, right?
But the 25 Rs pulse out at 50 watts. I remember that was the big news for everybody that the pulse point was like 50 watts. It's like once you understand batteries, you're like you can't take advantage of the pulse point. You're not fast enough.
No.
Even just hitting it and letting it go, you're already beyond pulse point.
Yeah.
And I've argued to the dumb blue in the face with people about that. And it's like, well, my VTC4s pulse at like 80 amps. And I'm like, no, they don't. And if they did, it's 0.3 of a second, I think.
Yeah, technically they do pulse, but you can't pulse them at that.
This is why I like PWM mods, though. It's like you could take a PWM mod, like an OKR, OKL, like in a hex ohm, and you can run 7 volts on a 0.3 for 8-9 hours, and your batteries are still like 3.9.
My favorite thing is I'm sure Paul's seen it. The guys at the Cloud Comp hitting their button as they're doing their inhale because they think they're doing the pulse.
Yeah, that's a funny one. What's really funny is when they do that with the wrong kind of mod, and they really screw up. Like they'll be doing that on Able, and it'll turn the lock ring just enough to lock it
to hold it there.
Oh, it's hilarious. Or they'll do it on something like you have to be dumb to do it like on a purge mod. It's a recessed button, and it's recessed so the way you push it, it's tightening and not loosening. But some people push the bottom, which will loosen it, and they'll be sitting there doing this in their in their purge, and they'll end up with a button that's like a 1/4 inch out and misfiring. It's like you're not playing paintball. Push the button.
Yeah, this isn't a feather kind of situation. Push and use, let go, and be done. Like, not rocket science.
No, but it is pretty advanced electronics if you think about it. If more people took shop class and had to learn about Ohm's law, the world would be better in vaping.
Yeah.
I would just like to see it in like basic math classes these days, like basic current electricity. What happens if you have to go into a fucking circuit breaker as an adult, fresh out of high school, your first fucking house, and you don't know dick about fucking basic electricity?
Yeah.
Call an electrician and pay $350 for him to say, "Oh, click."
Exactly. Like I think that just basic electronics, like Ohm's law and shit like that, should be a part of every basic high school math class these days. Realistically, or science. Somewhere in the basic core class you have to take should be some general electric knowledge. Like there's no bad outcome from teaching children electronics when they're growing up, when they're still dumb enough to fuck with shit.
When the world is an electronic world today.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to actually teach them about what they're using on a regular basis. That would make fucking sense. Why would we do that?
Yeah, but then they don't spend $100 to talk to somebody at the Apple store.
I've learned more about electronics vaping than I did in school.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I learned Ohm's law the hard way, though. I mean, my shop teacher made us learn about all that shit before we could ever touch anything.
Had a good shop teacher.
We did. You got a good shop teacher when he's missing 1.5 fingers.
Says he's been there and done the dumb shit for you, so you don't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the man could weld 2 Coke cans together face to face, and they passed X-ray. So,
yep.
If you wanted it, he could do it. He was a good shop teacher, though.
Oh, the kids these days, I tells you.
P-Dog says they should teach more agriculture. I can't say that word.
They still teach agri in the South.
I saw a guy go in a vape shop and actually say, "Oh, I just want to blow clouds." So they asked, "Well, how many packs did you smoke?" He goes, "I've never smoked. I just want to blow clouds with my friends."
I see it at least twice a week at my shop.
Mm-hmm.
like Geek thought it was just a joke. He thought it was just a meme on Facebook, and he started working with me. And he's like, I really thought that was a joke. I was like, no. There are those people in this world, man.
Mm-hmm. I've met a few that's never picked up a cigarette before, but I also sit there and ask the question, did your family smoke? Because if they just moved out, this is another thing. You can become addicted to nicotine when you're a child. Secondhand smoke, and they move out, and then they like, what is missing? Then they start nicking, and then they're realizing that's what I did. I moved out when I was 18, and I was like, I'm not around so much smoke, but I'm nicking for more. My parents are 3 packs a day each, smokers.
Oh yeah, so, nicotine withdrawals are a motherfucker, man.
I would wonder why I was always sick going to school as a kid. You know, like I always felt like nauseated in the car. You know, I always thought it was like car sickness. But what it was I wasn't around my parents for those hours, and I was getting sick. Like, and I just wanted to smoke I wanted to smoke a cigarette. You know, I was 15 years old smoking a cigarette. You know, going, this is what I've been missing when I'm not around my parents. And then my parents would never smell it either. I guarantee if they were non-smokers, they would have smelled it right away.
That's how I got busted smoking as a child. My parents didn't smoke.
Because now we smell it. You know, we could smell it from quite a long distance. That it's like, oh, how could we even pass? You know, is this what I smelled like going to school all those years? You know, like as a kid, because of my parents smoking so much, it was either that or wood burner stove smell. You know. I was like,
God knows I smell like an ashtray every fucking day because I'd smoke 2 to 3 on the way after I stopped and smoked a bowl before I went to fucking school.
Yeah, my mom gave us her couch and stuff like that. You know, they're getting a new couch. They get one every like 2 years, and they're like, here, you want the couch? I was like, sure. I cleaned it, and this is like when they were smokers. And I cleaned it, had it professionally cleaned. They sit there and said it was the nastiest color that they have ever seen. And I'm like, yeah, it used to be green. And I'm like, what's green now? But it was this weird off yellow stain. And I was like, oh, I was hoping that it would come back to the color it was when they first got it. But I was like, oh. Don't realize how much of that is on your walls, and you can just tell, like, if you, because we're going to rental place, and when we told them that, oh, we're not smokers anymore, we're vapors, and they're like, oh, that's okay. I was like, nice. Really? Because I was like, we're vapors, we know it's not nicotine, it's, you know, and they're like, well, we know what it is. I was like, okay.
Yeah, hell, I went and got my hair cut today on my lunch break, and everybody in that place smoked. I walked in, I was like, oh, come on, man.
I did that in Detroit when we went to Detroit. We went to the casino afterwards to eat.
Yep.
I had a difficult time going from the entrance to the thing because everybody was smoking in the casino, and I'm going, I can't breathe. I can't be around it. It actually aggravates my asthma and stuff, and I'm like, I can't handle it. And it was like all up in the face too. I was like, they didn't care where they were. I was like,
well, a couple of us decided to be assholes because the smokers would just look at us with our mods, since you can vape in there too. And they'd go, so we started pushing nose at them.
Fuck yeah. That's exactly what you do. You start blowing little fucking jellyfish at them and just let them long waft and hit them right in the fucking cheek when they're not paying attention.
Well, it's crazy because all the airflow is up high there, so it never drops. And you can just push one a little bit, and he just walks down the whole row of slot machines over the top of them. And it's like,
hell yeah.
Hi, little jellyfish.
You know, I think actually Vaping Bachelor out there makes a good point. He's probably right. Most ex-smokers probably do smell it more than people who haven't smoked. I think just because we knew what it smelled like so heavily for so long, just not in that sense of what it smelled like on everyone else because we couldn't smell it.
You remember the first time you realized the smell, though, after you started vaping? Like all of a sudden one day it's just like, what's that smell? And then you.
Oh, it's a smoker walking by. Oh,
I had to live with the smoker for 2 years after I started vaping. So he didn't quit until just recently, like 3 months ago. So imagine having to live with him, and he at least respected me about 6 months ago of not smoking inside the house. He always went outside and smoked because he knew I was getting sick. So I was like, can't handle that. So I was always going, is something burning? Always smell like something's burning.
Well, the first time I noticed it was actually at work. It was I think I'd quit for 3 months at that point. Somebody walked by me at work and went, what the fuck? Like, either that dude needs a shower or he just rolled around in an ashtray. I'm like, because it smelled like a fucking gnarly ashtray. I'm like, nope. Over it. Not going back.
It smells like somebody dumped over one of those community ashtrays at a restaurant or something.
What it smelled like is when somebody leaves a fucking butt in one of those big community ashtrays and starts everything else on fire. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
It took me about a week to notice it. I walked into the store or something. I was like, wow, there was people smoking out here. That's when I really started noticing it. I hate to get in people's cars that smoke. I really don't. It fucking stinks really bad.
Shame. I think you would get your ass kicked by your wife.
and then you ask them, "Can I vape in here?" And they're like, "No."
See, and I've got the opposite. I've got that one uncle that I'm fairly close with that I go see all the time, that every time for years when I smoked, because I always smoked real strong fucking menthols, and he was always one of those whatever's cheap regular cigarette guys. Every time I'd go see him, he'd always immediately grab a menthol from my pack. Well, then I quit smoking and I started vaping, and it got to the point where after a while it became enough of a secondhand routine for him to see me doing it that out of habit, he would just reach over and go, "Hey, let me see that thing." And then it got to the point where every time I'd come over, he'd go, "What flavor you got in there now?"
But he's still, your own.
Yeah, he's still at that old school enough level where he won't go buy his own, and if I give him one, he'll only use it when I'm there. Like,
well, that still will get him into the habit that maybe when you're not there, he'll actually pick it up.
I thought so, and then the last time I was over there, he showed me that he's literally got like 15 of those fucking Mark 10s because Marlboro still sends him free fucking packs of them. So he's building a wall Trump style out of Mark 10 packages on his fucking desk. I'm like, oh man, like, well, at least you're kind of getting it, sort of.
You know,
somewhat.
if one of those companies would get their shit together and make something like that was actually good, it would really upset the vape industry.
They would crush, man. They would crush. But that would mean that they have to have like compassion and quality control and general concern for other humans. And
I'm going to say there's one out there that is co-signed by a tobacco company that's actually decent, but it's not quite there. The Von Earl. It's actually co-signed by a tobacco company, but it just needs a little more airflow. They've got all the cutwood pods, and they're all 12 or 18, some decent flavors. But most people are like, it's the size of a cigarette. Give me a cigarette. And it's like, just try it, man.
It's close.
Yeah.
See, the thing about people quitting smoking, and I've always said it, it's a double addiction. It's an addiction to the nicotine, and it's a physical addiction to holding something in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I told people for years while I smoked, is that I fucking hate cigarettes, but I love the act of smoking because of the ritual it provides. And as soon as I got down to fucking zero nick, it was like there was no fucking looking back. This is exactly what I've been looking for 15 fucking years. Because the act is there and the cessation is there. And I've got more flavors in front of me now than you'd ever have in a lifetime of cigarette shopping. So why the fuck would I want to go back to that bullshit?
Yep.
They tried flavored cigarettes once a long time ago. They had like banana flavor and
Oh god, they were terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks really bad.
The early 2000s, those Camels, like the orange cream menthol, it was okay. The white chocolate one was all right.
Well, even the fancy ones that you would buy at the fucking alcohol stores where you would get your clove cigarettes, the ecstasy ones that were all fucking sparkly and pastel colored, They had like 2 or 3 different kinds of fucking fruit cigarettes, but after like 3, you just wanted to fucking punch yourself in the throat and then smoke a real cigarette. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, remember the beaties?
oh Jesus tits! I remember those things.
Like strawberry beaties. Like I would take like 3 rips off of one of those things. I would get the worst fucking headache. Like, Jesus, what's going on?
We had these. They had these.
Man, I haven't thought about bees.
Wrapped in a banana, cloves wrapped in a banana leaf or something. I forget
Something
what
like
beaties
that,
were made of. Yeah. It was
They have these
terrifying.
They have these things called Cheyennes. They're like cigarette with
Yeah,
yeah,
they have those fucking things here.
That's what I went to when cigarettes prices went up. Is the menthol cigars
They're like a
and ugh. Ugh.
I walked in the store and I saw them. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's a menthol cigar. They have those in Dean's and a whole bunch of different ones. We kept on going around. They were $11 a carton. That's why when I went to vaping, I was like, "Am I actually saving?" Because it was like $30, $20 for 30 mil, and I'm like, my husband's like, "I don't see it. You go through that in a week, and you could go through a carton in a week and a half. Not saving." I'm like, "But my health."
Right?
No, I was like, my health.
That living longer thing, yeah.
So less trips to the doctor, less copays, less deductibles.
I haven't had to go except for my heart palpitation issues and stuff. I haven't been back in for bronchitis, which I usually got like twice, sometimes 3 times a year. So 3 years without having to be admitted for 3 or 4 days, I'm good.
That's it.
Heck, yeah.
And no more nebulizers. Not 4 days, 4 times a day anymore. So
Right. Which, that's how I compare to people. Like, people ask me, "You sure it didn't hurt you?" I'm like, "You ever had a breathing treatment in the hospital?" It's kind of like a nebulizer.
Get you all hyped up.
See, that's what they need to do with kids and stuff, is just add a little bit of like a flavoring or something in there to get them to sit there and keep it on there. Oh, it smells like bananas.
I think they have flavored ones now.
I've never seen it. They never offered me one. I think this thing's, it's just, I don't know, they taste bad. It's just weird taste,
Just albuterol and PG.
Buterol, yeah, it's
Right.
like,
You get all jittery from it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got something in there.
Yeah,
mhm.
I always told people you're gonna feel like you can probably take off running when you get done with it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
Don't.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, is that why they gave me two treatments in the hospital one time, and I'm going, I'm good. Let's go.
That first step's a doozy, boy.
I'm
Yeah,
perfect.
ain't that the damn
I
truth.
don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't know.
It's like coming down off anesthesia.
Yeah. Working in I worked in general surgery for quite a while, and God, the things people say when they're coming out of anesthesia.
Oh, I watch those videos on
I
YouTube all the time.
I love them.
Oh.
I still give my wife
No,
shit
this
for
is- this
not
is-
recording me when I got my fucking mouth surgery done, because apparently I did some hilarious shit and had weird conversations with people at a grocery store going to get my prescriptions. I was like, "Why did you YouTube that shit for me?" Fuck.
Thank God they put me in the back of a room all by myself, for a couple hours afterwards, so I wouldn't have to talk to nobody.
I missed that.
Yeah, that's generally what we do is you keep people away from them for a while.
Yeah, please.
I missed
So like,
it.
here,
But, I mean,
sleep
you-
here,
you
go
st-
sleep.
You still you keep an eye on the pulse ox, make sure everything's going, but you still got to walk over and make sure they're doing okay, because that's general anesthesia is some heavy shit. Like, that's some gnarly stuff. So you got to really keep an eye on people. So you're still going over there and saying, how are you doing? Is everything okay? And next thing you know, you're in a little conversation. You're like, fuck, I really didn't want to know that about you.
People would
But
say
it's
some
a-
off
yeah,
the wall shit.
it's kind of funny. You never look at that person the same way again when they come in for a follow up.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of that because they spend a lot of times going in the recovery rooms taking X-rays, and as they're coming down,
Yeah.
fuck. Some of the things that would come out of your mouth, you're like,
Too bad they didn't have that. Let you guys wear like body cameras, so you can actually sit there and re-record it, or
Oh.
replay it, the events of the day.
oh,
There's some things that take place you wouldn't want to see. You wouldn't want to replay that at all. There's some bit, but there's some folks that are like, hey, can you record the surgery? And we're like, sure. Like, we're probably going to do it anyway. It's a teaching hospital.
Mm-hmm.
But you want a copy of it? Yeah. And that's one of those things that you signed that you didn't read. Your surgery is being recorded. Like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, it was? Sweet.
That's your intestine right there.
Vaping Swag says my wife tried to fill an Ambien moment. I threatened her profusely. They offered that in the hospital when I was recently there, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
We already know about those moments, Swag.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you'd want to wake up to me after surgery, Icelis, because I'd probably be messing with you. At this point, I'd probably be messing with you.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
So don't worry about it. Your hysterectomy went good.
I'm here for. I was just here for my gallbladder.
Yeah. This is my
Yeah. Gallbladder. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
We took some shit out, put some shit in. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah. Stapled you back closed. I think we're good.
You might hear some ticking in at 5:30, an alarm. Don't panic. Everything's okay.
That's right. By the way, when you come in for a follow-up, I'm going to need you to close your eyes, and if I mysteriously materialize a wristwatch, don't worry about it.
Yeah, everything's good.
I couldn't be a doctor because anytime I did the surgery, when they wake up, I'd be like, "Have you seen my watch?"
You could not do that to someone coming. Oh, Owen. Oh, God, Owen. Why?
God damn it.
Oh, avert your eyes, children. He's changed forms.
Now I really do have to go to...
He's possessed by the devil.
Oh, just a
He's
little bit.
possessed by... Oh, Owen. Oh.
Love you,
Fuck.
Ray. Thanks, man.
You know what the worst part of this is I was joking last week when I said, oh, I need to go over to Fast Tech and order a beard for him. Now I fucking actually do. and you will be getting one in the mail because I have your mailing address now.
No, you don't.
Yes, I fucking do.
How?
I
still here.
I procured it from someone so that way I could send you a Fast Tech beard.
Funny, true funny story. I cut this 2 days ago, and I was looking at cutting it off. Came from downstairs, went up into my bathroom, shaved most of it off, and I stopped for a minute. And I was in the room with Bob Buckland. Are you guys familiar with Bob Buckland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Fu Manchu. So I proceeded to cut in a Fu Manchu for a minute. I hopped into the room to let him see it. And then I hacked it into a Ron Jeremy for a minute.
Oh my god.
And then that was that. So.
Oh my god.
Oh, Kenny, I'm not looking at the screen.
Have you guys tried this yet?
Uh-huh.
What do y'all
I've got
think?
my concentrates
Amazing.
on order for that.
Shit's so good. So good.
It's good.
Anyway,
Real good.
I'm not sticking around. I got to go to bed and work for the man. And I can see I lost you guys. I love you. I'll see you all later.
God damn it. Now I have to go spend money on Fast Tech. Fuck.
By the time it gets to him, it'll just be a.
No, he's got to do it again next month too. Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said in August.
Uh-oh.
Son of a bitch.
Nikki, Roro's gonna beat you.
Just when you start
What?
to endorse his hashtag rebearding.
I told
Give
you.
it to Karen.
I warned him. I fucking warned him. God damn it. Yeah, I really did not want to actually have to spend money on Fast Tech until August. Now I have to do it early. Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be okay. You probably won't get it till August anyway.
Niji, if you're out there, can you private message me the link for that Fast Tech? So I don't have to search through their tons of shit.
I was gonna say, if I can't get it, I guarantee LIFA's going after it right now. I got it, LIFA. I got it.
I was going
Alright.
to say, I just got mine pulled up, but I think somebody was going to beat me to getting it copied.
I see you down there, Pippa, my social media stalker.
She's
What
the
up,
greatest
Pippa?
social media stalker ever to have.
She's a
She's
good
always
one.
put nice comments on your shit.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking, but we can't hear her.
She's muted still.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Oh no, she's talking to someone else in the
Hold
room.
on a second.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. I promised TJ the other week. Sorry, I couldn't say. Probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I ordered Yeti coils, that I'd let him know as soon as I got them. And yes, I did get them, and I got them with a beautiful handwritten letter. That's a secret letter between me and Yeti, by the way. But yeah, very, very happy. Finally got my coils. It was a few weeks, but hey, I think they're worth it.
You know what? Still got them faster than I did.
True.
Aren't you still waiting? Aren't you still waiting, TJ?
I'm constantly fucking waiting.
Okay,
So-
so
You're not the only one.
I found
So
it.
we've got options. We've got options here. So we've got the unisex, the kind of hipster look here. Then we can go full on rip trippers. You can do hobo wigs.
That's sick as tits.
They've got a couple options on the hobo wigs. So which one are we looking at here, TJ? I'm thinking this.
I do think that is suiting.
Yeah, they have them on Amazon, and you can do them Prime, so we can get them in 2 days, but they're not that cheap.
Gotcha.
Don't we know somebody that crochets in this room? That should be easy.
Yes, I can crochet. That's
Yeah.
I actually have a pattern for that.
Oh, perfect.
I have a pattern for it. It actually goes with a Viking helmet.
Yeah,
The question is, how quick can you whip one of those beards up?
It's not that hard. It's actually just a couple strands, and then it's all connected. Give me probably 2 days. I could get it all done because it is a lot of tying some strings off and cutting them. But other than that,
Nikki,
it's prep work. That's
faster
all
than
it is.
yeah, it's
fast
prep
tech.
work. Faster than fast tech.
That's what I'm thinking here.
All right,
That's right. I'm ordering from Nikki Tech this week.
that's
Alright.
it. Send me your PayPal information after the show. I'll PayPal you for it.
Don't worry about it. I got it.
It'd be fun.
I just need to get his address.
I will send that to you right after the show.
I was going to
Okay.
say, I'm pretty sure we know somebody who may have it.
It shouldn't be that hard to figure out.
Not hard to do. It's just a double crochet across the thing and attaching the beard and then putting all the strings. Yeah, I did was it one type of helmet like a Roman and stuff like that. I did a whole bunch of crochet. So
The Spartan helmet.
yeah,
This
one.
Trojans, all them. Did the mohawks for my kids. They all wanted those crazy hat days and stuff. So I had to learn.
I don't need a day to wear a crazy hat.
That's what I was just going to say. Fuck a day. I wear crazy hats all the damn time, just fucking
Well,
cuz.
no, well, my daughter wears them all the time, but when it comes down, she wears more crazy hairdos. My daughter's 18 and still rocking a mohawk. So.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. See, there you go.
Fresh the Mountain King.
We need to get you the ones with the horns and with the ponytails.
It's got wings.
Yeah, but you need the ponytails. You could always put like a little bib thing with boobs.
This is my
A bib with boobs. Wow.
Yep.
I feel like Gizzard Stew right now. I'm just reaching next to me and pulling these things out.
That's how it starts, I heard.
Stay in school, kids. I have that on my desk. I don't know.
I was gonna say, where's the dog attack going on?
Not my house.
Oh, hang on.
Oh my gosh, cat. Where's that?
Nice ball. See, me and Paul could hang out. That's the thing. Me and Paul could totally hang out. Like if we lived around each other, we'd just be sitting at each other's houses wearing like all of our crazy shit.
Oh no, I messed with one of my friends at my last house. He come over one day and I'm just sitting there in my plate carrier with full vest loaded up, and I was cleaning an AR. He goes, "Is everything okay?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Did somebody make you mad?" No. Why are you dressed like that?
Because it's Tuesday.
I think it was a Tuesday, actually. I was like, I have a training course this weekend, and I have to clean the gun and shoot the gun wearing this, so...
I'm prepping. Doomsday prepper right here.
The best response was, I didn't know they made plate carriers that big. Yeah, they do. And they make them in a state that's not allowed to own them. Aha!
You know what? If I seen Meter and Paulzilla at the same place, I would swear they were brothers.
Until we stand by each other.
I was gonna say, until you see us next to each other, and he's like this, and I'm down fucking here.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, though, sitting here, okay, you're one above each other, and every time I look over,
you did see us both with each other.
Not at the exact same time, like side by side.
Yeah, true.
And I could have been thinking it was you and not him, and it's doing that twin thing.
People say that about me and Joel all the time, and we just laugh.
But it's just kind of funny though. Today, you guys are like on top of each other in the room here, on my screen.
Yeah, on my screen, I'm like top middle, and he's like bottom left.
Yeah, that's the funny thing with Zoom. I don't know how they do this random. Like, okay, let's just put people in random spots.
Yeah, because I've got him on bottom middle and I'm top right on mine, so it's all sorts of fucking weird.
Well, it's what time? It's at what point did you activate your camera? Like if you turn your camera off, you drop to the bottom, and so like it's showing me right now. Raven has had his camera on the longest. He's just kind of sitting there creepy in the darkness over there. Then me, then Nikki, then TJ, LIFA, Meter, Hippa. Who let that guy in here? What's happening, man?
Not much. Just decided to come creeping, being I'm shut down for the night now, so I decided to come in and say what's up. I'm about to get me some. I'm here shut down over here. What the hell is the name of this place? It's over here in northwestern part of Indiana at a truck stop. They've got Taco Bell right beside it. I'm gonna.
Is it near Fort Wayne? If it is, they can go fuck themselves. I still don't like them.
Oh no, it's not near Fort Wayne, but I live up north near Elkhart.
I don't like Indiana anymore after Detroit.
I think you have a reason to hate.
Well, Nissan Pathfinder, Blizzard out of nowhere, 18-wheeler overpass.
Yeah, I think it's a legitimate hatred.
Yeah, when you say Blizzard in Indiana, you've got the nail on the head.
It just out of nowhere. It's like, oh, it's pretty, it's dark, da 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 da, white out.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do at 4 miles an hour. Life happens.
And,
what do you do?
Speaking of blizzards, I found out you can run into a blizzard in the middle of May out in Iowa. That was, I've got video of that. I was at the truck stop, the Flying J. It was at the time it was a new Flying J truck stop in Williams, Iowa. I had to shut down because it was so bad.
Yeah, those Iowa May blizzards are awesome. you go from 65 weather, you're wearing shorts. Next day, you're shoveling 3 foot of snow.
Yeah, it wasn't just any snow. This was the sloppy, wet crap, the stuff that you don't want to be driving in.
No.
the stuff that you, well, let's just put it this way. When you look in your rear view and you see your semi-trailer start wiggle wobbling back and forth, you know it's time to shut down.
Yeah.
The topic of trailers wiggle walking back and forth, trucking stopped by my shop.
Oh, shit.
Like a couple weeks ago. No idea who he was. Never seen him. He started talking about Vape Team and everything. And then when they did the little thing with the fan clips a couple weeks ago, I was like, he was just at the shop.
Yeah, every time I always laugh my ass off when him and Fagan are going at it.
He's a pretty cool dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
didn't know who he was.
But it's always hilarious watching him. I mean, it's all good fun when him and Fagan always go at it.
Anytime you can get Fagan riled up and not be about you, you know.
I mean, earlier you were saying something about plate carriers that are made in a state you can't own them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that. How is it?
In the state of California, you cannot own body armor legally unless you are federal or law enforcement or military, and they can only be,
That just says everything right there. You said California, and that just explains it all.
It's the same.
511 Tacticals in California.
You look at it this way: it's the same concept of Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels is made in a dry county.
In fact, been to the distillery, but you can buy booze at the distillery.
Yep.
Yeah, I've picked up just here several months ago. I just picked up a load of. It was a whole load of. What was it? It was a mixed load of Evan Williams and. Was it Evan Williams or was it? No, it was Maker's Mark. It was Maker's Mark. It was at or whichever one. I think it was Maker's Mark. Whichever one, it was at a Jim Beam distillery down there in Kentucky. And yeah.
I wouldn't have been mad if you'd accidentally dropped a pallet off the back of the truck in front of my house.
Yeah.
That's a problem. I didn't deliver it up to West. I mean, I run to Wisconsin a lot, but
all right, guys.
Never any liquor loads.
I gotta skip out of here.
Later, brother.
I think it's been fun. Somebody let me know afterwards. All right. Everybody, go fuck yourselves.
Go fuck yourself, Raven. Oh.
I would, but I don't want carpal tunnel.
Come on, nobody likes a quitter.
They're searching for that.
Yeah, it always makes me giggle. Like, I have friends in California. They're like, we can't have any fun anymore. I'm like, welcome, come to free America.
That's it. They take a lot of shit away from people.
It was fun. Like, my friend from California was visiting, and I went to buy a gun, and she was like, when do you get to come pick it up? I said, however long it takes me to walk over there and decide what ammo I want to buy.
Right.
She thought I was joking. They paged me. Mr. Paul, your firearm purchase is ready for pickup.
I was at a gun and knife show, it was about a year ago, and they were asking, the guy comes in there, and he was in his car. I was out in the parking lot walking to my pickup truck, and guy was, he says, what kind of license do I have to purchase, and what kind of license do I have to buy a gun in here? And I said, don't have to have a license. Don't have to. There's no waiting period. You just go in, you buy what you want, and as long as you can pass a background check.
Take that motherfucker home.
Yep.
Yeah. It always amazes friends of mine when I tell them you can still do that. Like, you can purchase a fucking gun and go home with it, like, at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a single transaction in some places still.
And what's fun is when you have, like, I've got a lot of federal licensing, and I put my card on the table with my application, and they're like, oh, we ain't even got a call. Cool.
Yep, I had on my last tax return, was the first tax return in several years I haven't used to buy guns.
I don't know what that's like. Thought that was new
But I
gun.
have a feeling I may have a feeling my next tax return might end up going to. I've got several on my list that need to be checked off on my need to buy list. There's one that was at the top of the list, but just wasn't affordable. But I was lucky to find it. It was the Remington Versamax, which is a hunting shotgun.
It's a good gun.
Oh yeah. I was wanting one, but I was the $1,200 price tag was a little out of my reach. I was able to get a used one that was in mint condition for only was $900 and change.
It's not bad.
It's nice to be in free America sometimes, man. It's like, you know, we can do that. Worst problem I have as far as that goes, it's like, what county am I in? What day can I buy beer?
That's another thing I hate Indiana about. We want beer or any alcohol on Sunday. Luckily, I only live about, like 12 miles from the Michigan line. So we just run up to Sturgis, Michigan, and get beer, get our alcohol if we need to buy some on a Sunday.
I don't know about there, but here there's a loophole to that law that you can still buy on Sundays if you buy it directly from the manufacturer. And within 30 minutes of me are like 10 breweries and 3 distilleries.
Oh.
Man,
So
I'm mad you guys got to have special laws for that. They just sell it every day of the fucking week here.
Yeah, same here.
Bars open at 10 a.m.
I live in the Bible Belt still. Like, we can have scratch-off lottery cards. It took us like 10 years to get that system set up. We can't have casinos, but we have a horse track. Can't buy beer on a Sunday most places, but you can buy wine in the grocery store. It's stupid.
See, we can get our liquor on Sunday, but we can't get it all day. Like, they restrict the hours on Sundays here. You know, conservative alcoholism in the Bible Belt.
Where are you, Paul? Where are you at? What state?
Smack dab in the middle of Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was when I went to truck driving school. I went to down there in West Memphis, Arkansas.
I'm sorry.
that is probably the worst shithole on the planet.
Oh yeah,
all kinds of drug activity down there, especially around there. They've got that dog track over there.
If
right
you
behind that.
You remember the pyramid right there on the bridge?
Yeah, I think.
As you crossed into Memphis, there's the Pyramid Amphitheater.
Oh, okay.
And it'd been closed for years. Underneath the bridge that you have to go under to go to the pyramid is one of the highest crime rate areas in that state. Do you know what they turned the pyramid into? A Bass Pro Shop.
Oh wow!
Nice. Let's sell fishing reels and guns. Let's do it.
Just listening to you guys, I'm sure you'd enjoy it down here in Australia. Well, absolutely no guns, but almost unlimited beer. So, yeah,
well,
there you go.
I was planning a hunting trip in Australia, and the amount of paperwork involved for that was ridiculous. Yeah, I wanted to go shoot a kangaroo. Judge me. They taste delicious, but I tried. The money wasn't the issue. It was the paperwork. They're like, well, it takes about a year for this paperwork. I'm like, why? They said, do you know how hard it is to get the license to have a gun for this type of purpose in Australia?
Yeah, we must be one of the only countries in the world to eat what's on our national emblem, which happens to be a kangaroo and an ostrich, I think. No, an emu. My apologies, a kangaroo and an emu.
They both taste delicious on a barbecue grill wrapped in bacon.
Everything tastes delicious wrapped in bacon.
Maybe a touch of maple syrup.
That sounds good. My inner
I'm pretty
fat,
sure I'd be down to try that.
both my inner and outer fat kid can appreciate this.
Absolutely.
Hey, you guys were talking about starter kits or something like that, or touching on that subject earlier, and I threw something up in the chat, which I'm not sure if you missed, or I'll just throw it out there. If somebody was to generate a ex-Winston Man signed starter kit and promote it as an ex-smoker, endorsing the product with a product in somebody's first hands, I'm just throwing it out there as an idea. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's good.
I think that could work, actually.
Well, yeah, especially when you have somebody of that stature, who everybody knows who that is.
You say his name, you don't know who he is. Show him a picture, you know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
That's the same way it was when I told my wife that he was on No Fucks Vaping not too long ago. I said his name, and she went, "Who?" And I showed the picture, and she went, "Oh, yeah, exactly." I'm like, "Yeah, see, you have no fucking clue what his name was." But the second you saw that image, instantly, aha, the light bulb.
But when you're having an intimate moment and you accidentally called her somebody else's name, you're in big shit.
If that happens, I'll probably be dead.
I mean, I would buy a starter kit just to keep it if it was co-signed by him.
He was co-signed on with the Von Earl for a little bit, but then when Big Tobacco got involved with it, he's like,
I mean, considering who co-signed the Von Earl, he has every right to run from it. I'm not happy they did it, but they at least did it pretty decent.
It could be an idea for the Vapor Chronicles to maybe drop something else, you know.
Yeah.
See what I can do. Maybe you could drop another line. Has anybody had a look at that? The initial pictures of the drop.
oh yeah. Yeah, it's
Liking them. I'm really liking the simplicity of the design on that, and the usability for a numbnut like me that has only got very limited experience with coil building, and from my point of view, with that point of view in mind, I think it's a winner. From what I can see, as long as I get it and I like the flavor, I think he's onto something.
I mean, the way the airflow is on the pictures, even though he said he's going to change it, and the way that deck is set up, there's no way there's not flavor on that thing. It's not possible. Like, if you don't taste juice on that, you can't taste anything.
At that point, you may as well go get your tongue removed.
I mean, the coils sit high, the airflow comes from the bottom. Those are two very key parts of flavor. Almost guarantee it's going to have a conical or a dome top cap with an 810/goon bore. It's going to have good flavor.
All right.
I'll get one. You know.
Yeah.
Heck yeah! I'm excited. Having seen the process that's gone through with it and talked to him. He had it with him in Detroit, and he wasn't letting anybody vape on it. Son of a gun.
That's not cool.
Well, Mike had the icon, and he was letting a couple people vape on it, but
he let me look at it, but he wouldn't let me push the button. But he also had that Revo, like I was talking about, vaporized Nomads. I'm like, I'm thinking to order one. He goes, if you do get this one, and opens the box. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I got ST let me. I was able to hold that Revo he was toting around there in Detroit. I was able to hold that thing in my hands.
I may have gotten hit in the head with it when I went after the granulated sugar nut with Addy Tooney, and Mike Vapes went violent on us.
That thing's a hoss, dude. If that thing hits you in the head, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Or you might not know.
All that. That nice, pretty blue one that Mark Fagan is always vaping on in his videos. I also got to hold that one in my hand as well.
It was fun seeing Dear Addy's Blue Boss, Blue Goon, Blueberry something in person. I was like, please tell me you have it. And he pulls out his pocket and goes, I was like, that's my dude.
I got so far right now. That's what I've got right here. Is the Pangea from Vaporized Nomads.
I'm kind of curious about it.
It's I like it. It's got more airflow, more juice capacity, and that's a big plus for me, being I'm a truck driver. So being able to, because I'm not one that, I'll pull over somewhere to if I need to fill the tank up. See, the nice thing about this, I don't have to. I'm easily able to go probably half a day without filling it.
Nice. Yeah, I remember them saying it was going to have massive juice capacity.
Yeah. Well, the engine only had, what was it, 5.2?
Yeah.
And then this one has 7.5.
I'd still have to challenge that because I burn through more juice with a tank than I do with a dripper because I never put it down.
Yeah, that is a very valid point.
I mean, I thought I was okay buying a Sherman. Like, oh, this will last me most of the day.
Oh no, the Sherman, that one I've heard is very notorious for guzzling juice like crazy.
She's a little thirsty.
She's a thirsty tank.
Yeah. I remember back when I used to vape on the Aroma Miser Supreme, that one went through juice like crazy. This one, I don't really notice. This is about the same as the engine. But yeah. Funny thing is, I'd say I got pretty confident in knowing that when I saw Apocalypse style clamps on an engine like RTA, I was like, instantly take my money.
I mean, hopefully I see him when we're down in Mobile in a week and a half, and I want to try it before I buy it. Mm-hmm. He's got to be there. He's not far from there.
No. He's only there in just a little bit north there in Mississippi. Yeah, right here, I've got.
You come prepared.
Right, yeah, 7 more of those Pangea RTAs with numerous different flavors in them.
You said you had 7?
I've got a total of 8. Okay, here's the funny story. I had only paid for 7 of them, and I was originally only was supposed to have 7 of them. But what happened was, here's the funny story. When they went to prepare my order, they only sent out 1 instead of the whole 7 that they had that I had ordered. So immediately they ship out 7 more. Actually ship out the rest of the 6 more that I had ordered. Plus they threw in a free one. And what ended up happening, I was kind of confused because I get home Friday night, I go into the house, my package is there, all 7 of them are in the package. Saturday comes around, another package comes in. Well, I didn't get to that package until Sunday because Saturday I was just running around, running errands and being busy. And I was at my mom's. I have my packages delivered to my mom's place because I don't have my own place yet. Because I'm in the truck 5, sometimes 6 days a week. So it's pointless for me to have my own place. So my mom says, "Hey, there's another package in here." I looked at the package. I didn't order anything else. What else would it be? I look at the package. It said Vaporized Nomads on it. Open it up, and there's another Pangea. Like, nice. Okay, sweet. So then I contacted Adam on Facebook Messenger, and sure enough, that's what I found out. That's how it all happened. So apparently, somehow, USPS, in their weird way of doing things, somehow the package they shipped out later got to me first, and the one they shipped out first got to me later.
Nice.
So that's the magic of USPS. I mean, it's actually not really surprising knowing what has already happened with them. But yeah, I mean, all I can say is I couldn't be happier. I mean, the thing with the engine was one of my biggest gripes with the engine was the hex key hole in the grub screws. You get the torquing down on that that really easily strips out that hex key hole. I had stripped out every single one of the spare screws that came with the engine. I ended up having to go on Amazon and ordering more from wherever they came from.
One of the best things I discovered is that Fastenal keeps hardened stainless steel fasteners in all shapes, sizes, and heads that'll work on almost everything vaping.
They do?
Oh yeah, you can go to Fastenal.
They got a Fastenal right there in my hometown. They've got one there in my hometown. They've got, I'd say they've got pretty much. We've got one in Middlebury, Goshen, and Elkhart.
Yeah, you can go to Fastenal with a screw and be like, I need this screw with a different head. Give them a few minutes.
That's a problem, though. I every time I'm at the house on the weekend, I don't think they're open on Saturdays.
The ones here are.
Oh, they are?
I mean, here, I did that when I started switching everything to hardened Allen screws, like case hardened screws, because I got tired of normal screws shearing my wire off, and
oh yeah,
I just go in there and drop $20 and leave with 5 pounds of screws.
Definitely one way to do it.
Well, I'm gonna go over and see if this Taco Bell's open yet. I need to get to bed.
In Taco Bell 24/7?
Around here, out here in the sticks where these Taco Bells are, usually they don't. They're not.
They're usually open till 3 a.m. They close down for a few hours to clean up and then do breakfast.
Yeah.
It's only on the weekends they're open 24/7 sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Most of the ones that are around here don't open until 7 in the morning for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was I'm gonna be headed in the morning. I'm gonna be heading up to right in the Mark Fagan territory.
Oh, I was going to say you should stop by and visit him, but he'd be like, no.
No. He'd probably be, oh, hi, now leave.
Yeah, you can, oh, yeah, sure. You can drive past my house. Don't slow down.
Yeah. Or he'd probably raise his hip and let one go, and then I'd run out the door gasping for air.
Just swing by, hit the Jake brake, and you're good.
Yeah, that's the only problem. I'm in a 2016, and that thing's got more mufflers and all kinds of afterburner crap that this thing hardly makes any noise. I wish it did, because that's nice. A lot of these guys that have the older trucks with straight pipes right off the turbo, they can. They got somebody putzing around, they'll just hit that Jake brake, make some noise, all kinds of noise behind them. And
there's a video on Facebook I love of 1,000+ horsepower Peterbilt from the 70s that's dropping the Jake brake, and it's almost terrifying.
Yeah. Yep. But the nice thing about my truck, everything's so quiet that even when you see these signs out here, it says no engine braking, I don't have to really worry about that because you can't freaking hear it.
Yeah, but you probably got... Go ahead.
Yeah, with my truck, you can't hear squat. I mean, during like early spring, late fall, all through the winter, when all the windows are closed, I can come home, go into the driveway, park my truck. Nobody knows I've even come home.
You probably got one of those damn reclaimers too, though.
Oh yeah, this thing's got everything, all the emissions. It's got the DPF system where you have to put the exhaust fluid into a tank beside my door. Yeah, it's got all that crap. The emissions compliance stuff. Scrubs the exhaust.
Bring back old school Detroit muscle. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Unlike, well, I've got my personal pickup truck that I drive. That's also a diesel. That one, however, has a straight pipe, straight off the turbo, loud as all get out. That one's a 99, so it's exceptionally loud.
Sometimes you got to roll coal down Main Street to let the Priuses know who's boss.
Well, actually, honestly, I can do that, but mine's got a tuner on it. It came with a tuner, but I keep it actually. I'm a tight ass. Most of the time, I keep it on economy setting, which is detuned from stock, which is actually putting out less. It's actually burning less fuel than what the stock setting does. But every now and then, I like to have a little fun. But
I'm going to buy you all bicycles.
I'm from the old school. I will sacrifice gas mileage for comfort.
Problem is, I have to be real careful because the clutch in my pickup truck, it's a manual. It's a 5-speed manual. And you got to be careful because it's just the guy that had it before me, he only put just a cheap AutoZone clutch into it. So you got to be careful with it. Otherwise, the clutch will just slip like crazy if you bump the power up on the tuner. Slip that clutch and burn it up.
Not my idea of a good time. Oof.
I'll get you a bicycle with a comfy seat.
Be a long ass ride to work for me.
Only problem is if I was to sit on that seat would be hidden.
No, they have really big seats now. So almost like like real wide seats.
I'll get you a banana seat. It'll be a good time.
The old school banana seat. I had one of those. An old Schwinn banana seat bike.
Hell yeah.
That brings some memories back. I was about 8-9 years old when I had that thing.
I used to be able to haul people on those.
Yep, you haul people on.
I remember all the time I would give little kids rides right on the back of. I'd scoot up towards the front and have a little kid perched behind me. Yep,
but then when you got a little more sophisticated, you got some pegs on the back of your bicycle, and then they could stand back there and roll with you. If you really hated them, you start heading towards the bike jumps and they're like, like, that's right, it's going down.
Yep.
What we got for time here? Oh, it is getting towards that time of night. Let's go ahead and start winding this thing down. And taking her around the room, let everybody say their piece. Who wants to go first? Okay, nobody's speaking up. Being as Ray's been quiet all night, Ray, you can go first.
Yeah, I'll go. That's all right. I'll go. Yes. No. Yes. No. Firstly, congratulations again and again for Fresh hitting his 10,000 subscribers. Woo! And I think LIFA had a little landmark subscriber thing as well. So go you, LIFA is doing big things. I'm really enjoying watching you guys. I know I seem to be sort of hopping in, maybe stalking you guys a little. Not really. I appreciate your ongoing support with our cause of what is going on down here, down under in Australia. As Paul Blameyer, Lab Worked Vapes alluded to earlier, there was a parliamentary hearing here yesterday, and it was a very, very important hearing. And yes, the opposition, the Australian Cancer Council, and our nemesis Simon Chapman, although they were clearly invited, ran the other way. The Australian Medical Association, shitful submission, got given the scrumple up and in the bin because they broke some publicity rules. So that's a damn shame. So the main thing is our government got to hear some of the truth, and they got to learn some lessons. So yeah, so let's move forward. I mean, this is global, and I think that's absolutely amazing that we're starting. I think we're just starting. You know, if there's a knife's edge, we're starting to get on the better side of the knife's edge, if you like, of what's going on here. And yeah, big shout out to Mr. Yeti's uncle. Yeah, look, I've alluded to a little bit of a hint. He might be coming on a show on my channel soon. We'll see what happens. Yeah, but look, yeah, thank you, Yeti. Appreciate all your love and support in the background. Fresh, I appreciate your love and support that much in the background that I had to take advantage of a promotion that, sorry if you guys missed out on, at the vapingswag.com last night. I had to grab a pink sweater emblazoned with Fresh 03 over the front of it. I had to pick up some of the juices, and please don't take offense, I would have loved to have grabbed an Adore Eliquid one. Yet, to be honest, I haven't actually tried the Eliquid yet. That is my next thing on my bucket list to tick. You know, my first one was to have eye contact with Fresh. We've nailed that. But look, in saying all that, I can't compete with LIFA.
LIFA gets so creepy with it. It's great. He's just like.
I think it's fair to say LIFA wins. He's got the biggest one, you know. I'm loving the work that Brian, aka the Vapor Chronicles, and the Fresh are doing on Fresh in the Kitchen. If you're in a DIY, I would definitely support that. You know, these guys don't ask me to shout out for them. I shout out the Vaping Swag on another private Facebook page last night because I know that they're the people who support the industry, support the people that support the industry. And that's me. Thanks for having me on.
Love you, Pippa. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. It's back to Ray. Oh, where it should be. Now he's unmuted and ready to talk, apparently.
All right. What? Okay. I wanted to shout out Big Boy Compwire. They're rowdy. They make me disappear into lemon ecstasy. And check my video I dropped today. It's about the siren. I'm on my second bottle. That's awesome too. Check out Tommy's show tomorrow night after the Vape Team. He should have some pretty good guests on there. What else? Yeah, Pippa just like named everybody. So buy some concentrates. Learn how to do concentrates with my videos on my channel. Back to you, TJ.
All right. Well, in that case, we will go off to the Meter. He's been pretty chatty tonight.
Thank you again for having me on, as always, TJ. I appreciate it. Makes my Wednesday nights more interesting. Unlike Ray, I don't have a video that I posted today. I do have two that I am posting tomorrow, though. You know, out of respect, I like to leave Wednesdays for the show. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I will be posting one tomorrow, too.
See, it's a good thing I'm posting two then, because I got to compete with Ray, and everybody knows that that's not easy to do. No. But I would just tell everybody to take your happy asses on over to vapingswag.com. Get yourself some gear to help support the reviewers you love. Get yourself some liquid to help support swag. he supports all of us. And if you are a bearded fella, take yourself on over to swaggyshane.com. Get yourself some of this lovely beard oil that helps you get rid of these scruffies and whatnot. Hashtag no more scruffies.
Owen Ginter can no longer shop there until he grows it back.
Well, no, he can put it on his to soothe the follicles.
I mean, I'm not going to be the one to say he can't, but I think that's an exercise in futility.
I think he's unable at this time.
I think that's a little more accurate. There you go.
There you go.
Hashtag male vape models do it better.
Who's muted right now? Oh, look, Paul's muted. There you go, Paul. All you.
What's up? Oh, Blue 42 Hut. What? Shout out to Adore, Yeti Wire. Definitely check Vaping Swag out. We still don't have a website up for big boys. It's a lot more work than I expected. Go figure. You can get us on Instagram at Big Boy Compwire LLC. I'm missing somebody, I'm sure. Oh, Ohmageddon Eliquid. Get it. Good shit. That's all I really got, man. I'm wore out.
I'm pretty impressed. I didn't see any of your hands moving all over. It seems like you figured out what to do with them.
Not really. I'm just faking it real well. I just want to go fast.
Fair enough. Well, in that case here, move on over to Vaping with Nikki B.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I am. I'm Vaping with Nikki B. I like to shout out to very vocal vapors. If you haven't told her your story, get over there and tell her your story. And also, sign up for her mailing list and everything too, on her website. She's doing some awesome things and she needs our support and love. So, and Adore, of course. And I just want to thank you for having me on the show. And I think everybody knows where to find me. I'm on all social media. I'm everywhere. So, love.
Well, thank you. Showing up. Always nice to have people who aren't normally on here. Get a little extra spotlight on everyone. And Mr. Bontrager, why don't you have the floor for a minute? Go ahead, have at her. Welcome.
Now, I'd like to just give a shout out to Adore Eliquid with the new flavor that she's come out with. I've put my order in for 3 bottles of that. That should be at the house when I get home, hopefully. And just to make a certain individual that wears big, thick glasses on YouTube, make him squirm, I'll be putting that in one of my Pangeas, and after I've mixed it up, and happily vaping it. And that's about it.
Thanks for stopping by and hanging out.
Oh, no problem. I was, and for those of you who don't know, I'm SR Bontrager. You'll see me in the chat occasionally here and there if I'm not driving. Just stalking and bullshitting with everybody here.
We appreciate you stopping by.
We appreciate the stalking.
That's it. So, who else do we got here? Oh, I'm looking for Giz, and I forgot Giz isn't here. Huh.
Where the fuck is Gizzard Stew? Oh, yeah. He's catfishing.
That's it. Fresh.
I'm just wondering, hopefully it's for the fish and not actually catfishing.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with old Giz, so.
He's not home. He's not home.
Right. Ray confirmed he's not there. He checked for us.
Tickle the armadillo.
Oh, Fresh, you're up, buddy.
Am I? Well, I checked, and you're two people away from your magical 400, PJ. So if there's 2 people out there that haven't subscribed to Golf T Vapes, you need to do
Bastards.
so. You need to do so. So please go do that.
Okay.
LIFA, perfect LIFA. So let's do something a little different. Obviously, I'm shouting out Adore Eliquid, but we're going to shout out LIFA Vapes. congratulations on the 500 LIFA.
Thank you.
And everyone should go sub to LIFA if you're not sub to him. The second most active man in the vape community on YouTube, behind Mike Vapes. Mike Vapes, I believe, has put out 2 videos during this show. LIFA, so you've got your work cut out for you. He realized you were starting to catch up to him on content. And he's like, "No, fuck that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Life Vapes ain't catching me." So everybody should go sub to LIFA. And then while you're out there, you should go sub to Vaping with Nikki B. Nikki B is awesome. One of the sweethearts here in the community, always doing awesome stuff. Her show on Saturday rocks.
Yep.
So everybody go sub to Nikki. Go and sub to Stars and Clouds Creative. Hi, Pippa. If you want to type hi to them out there, Pippa, they can find your channel.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Everyone go sub to Pippa. She's awesome. Went from quitting smoking to starting her own e-liquid line to starting her own concentrate line. She's doing amazing things down in Australia. She has fantastic live shows. Everyone should go sub to Pippa. Stars and Clouds Creative. You'll see her chat at some point. Then you should go sub to Meter Vapes. He doesn't even have his headphones on, so he doesn't even know I'm saying nice things about him. See, there he goes again. Meter's fun. If you guys haven't subbed to Meter, Meter is funny as hell. He's a pretty good dude, except for when he's yelling at his dog.
Oh, and follow that guy on Instagram, because every other day he's putting a rant out there, and it's glorious.
Yes, and his vape model pictures are actually probably the best ones.
Yeah,
He does a fantastic job.
Tommy sent me the 2 that he actually just posted.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If you haven't seen them, guys, you need to check them out.
Yep.
Vape male models do it, but
That's right. So everybody go check out Meter Vapes. Now that he's back, he knows that I was saying nice things about him. Don't go check out Meter Vapes.
Don't do that. He has a reputation to uphold.
That's right. That's right. Paulzilla is on Instagram, but really you should go check out the Big Boy Compwire LLC on Instagram and get some of their kick-ass wire and some of their kick-ass pre-mades if you're not willing to build yourself. Nichrome 90 is incredible stuff. So thank you for bringing it to the masses, Paulzilla.
It's been around, just not in an affordable fashion like we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was like $1 a foot, $1.50 a foot everywhere else. We're like, we can't have this.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing it to the masses, Paulzilla. Bringing it to the masses.
Quick question for Paul. What's the difference between Nichrome 80 and Nichrome 90?
10% nickel and a whole lot lower resistance. No rampa, the big coil. Like, it's 0.3 at like 60 watts.
So it's down there closer to stainless steel then.
And lower.
Even lower than stainless steel. Yeah.
And it's not as fragile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
because I know Nichrome 80 is a little bit higher in resistance than stainless steel, isn't it?
Yeah, we made a believer out of Yeti, and he hasn't bought stainless steel for a while. If it tells you anything.
Yep. Yep. Nichrome 90 is good, along with stainless, is going to be in my build arsenal. So everybody go check out Big Boy Compwire LLC on Instagram. Follow them; they're doing awesome stuff. And it's a couple pretty solid dudes. In case you couldn't tell.
We're just assholes.
Yeah. Obviously, I got to shout out Vaping Swag, where I got my Golf Tee Vapes polo shirt. The classiest dude on Vaping Swag, that would be Golf Tee Vapes.
Scary.
He runs the classiest show of the week, so it's only fitting that he'd have the classiest shirt on Vaping Swag.
Yeah, classy my ass.
You do probably run the funnest show of the week, TJ. I will give you that. Excuse me. Ohmageddon. Hi, Mrs. TJ. Ohmageddon Eliquid. Giancarlo is amazing. He gave something away during my 10,000 subscriber giveaway show last week, and he the person got it like Monday.
Yeah, right the fuck away.
Yeah. And then OR Church got his in. I haven't heard who else got stuff. John Muller, and there was one other person who's supposed to get stuff. I haven't heard if they've got it yet or not. I know everything. I know everything has shipped.
Andrew, yeah.
So, but yes. So, thank you for supporting me. You're all awesome people. Educate, advocate, be good for this community. Back to TJ at the sports desk.
Ooh, we're back to me. Uh-oh. Well, that means it's almost the end. Everybody's knocked everything out of the park for me to talk about, so I'm not going to do a whole lot talking about everything then. I will do a quick rundown, though. As you've seen, go check out Ohmageddon. Gee, some of that Bali song. That stuff is phenomenal. And while you're out and about buying things, stop by adoreliquid.com and go pick up some of that new lemon ecstasy. Mine will be here on Friday. I will let everyone know how that's going to be once it gets here. Also, while you're there, you can also pick up that Elite line as well. This, as well as the pudding pounder. Be careful with the pudding pounder, because then you might get some sort of beard burn from somebody who decided to shave their beard off before they were supposed to. I don't want to get into that because that'll upset me. Also, as they were saying, go check out Vaping Swag. Go get some of that donut line that he's got. The rainbow line's phenomenal as well. And while you're over there, pick yourself up a t-shirt. Also, yep, and I see him waving it around and about before I forget. Go pick up some Yeti Wire, as well as getting in contact with Paul Zillow over there at Big Boy Comp Wire LLC. You guys want some phenomenal wire and coils? Those are the guys to get it from. And that, nothing else I can think of off the top of my head here. Don't forget, T-minus two weeks, and it will be fresh instead of the tea. There will not be a Wednesday show on my channel on the 26th. That's the day I'm closing on my house. I will try to peek in, if depending on what's going on here. But 2 weeks, freshest channel. He'll be running the Wednesday show, so that way you guys know where it's going to be at. I will try to be back the following week, barring everything goes smoothly in this transition. Other than that, I want to thank everyone for coming out, and as always, remember to educate, advocate, not for yourself, not for the person to your left or the right, but for that person who's coming behind us who hasn't made that switch yet. We all know what we're doing, so if it goes away tomorrow, we'll be fine, but they will not. So make sure you're doing your part, not just stateside, but globally. If you can help out globally, send letters to places like Australia. Any place, the EU, wherever you can send them to help, do so. And make sure you're advocating also in your local communities. Talk about it with people. If you don't, they're not going to know. Talk about it with non-smokers. Talk about it with smokers. Talk about it with vapors. If you go into a brick and mortar shop, guaranteed there are vapors in there that do not know. Educate them. Do your part. Other than that, I've got nothing else to say other than thank you guys for coming out. Nikki, Pippa, Mr. Bontrager, Raven, even though you're not here, go fuck yourself. Thank you guys for all coming on and hanging out with us. I appreciate it. And everybody in the comments for hanging out this long. It's awesome to have you all here. Again, I will see you guys next week, and then off the Fresh channel. Other than that, you guys have a fantastic evening. And as always, my name's
Masturbate.
TJ. My name's TJ. You guys are watching Golf T Vapes. Thanks for coming out. See you guys all later. Bye, everybody.